it worked. I thought we would make a card today. Let's see. Yep, there I am. Hello, everyone. Okay. So I will have my comments here. And I thought we would make a card. So I feel like it has been a while since I just jumped on and made a card. So I thought we would do that today. I have a few items here that I got from my order that I put in on May 2nd for the new catalog. And I want to use some of this. I want to use this new paper. This is the really big stack of paper. So I want to check this out. Let me grab my rolling cart and get it over here. Get it ready. Okay. So this is the brand new paper. This is Delightfully Electric, and it is a really big set of papers. So it is a 12 by 12, and you get 4 sheets of each design. This is cute. The stripes are cute. Oh, I love the little hearts. That's cute. This is really pretty, the daisies and the lemons. I really like this set. I already saw one that I think I'm going to use. Oh, this is pretty. Okay. And that one's pretty as well. So I really like this one, and then the back of this, that's really beautiful. I also really like this one. So that, I really like that. And then the other one that I was just sure I was going to use was this one. So actually like all 3 of these. So let's just see what we can do. I want to use this paper, and then I want to use one of these stamp sets. I was thinking this one here, and it's photopolymer, so that's great. I don't have to do anything. Both of these are photopolymer, so I wouldn't have to do anything with them. But then I also have these dies. And I might use these. So these are fun stitched dies. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So let's use this stamp set, and then we'll see about the dies. And I feel like the connection is not all that great, and we are having major internet issues. We had, I mean, it's really sad what happened, actually. There has been a lot of theft of, okay, I'm going to cut this down to 6 by 6 first. I'm going to cut 2 of these pieces down to, you know what, maybe I'll cut, let me cut this and then I'll tell you what happened. Okay, let's cut each of these at 6 by 6. I think I'm going to do like a little one sheet wonder situation. So I will need 2 each of each design. This could be like mass producing several cards. I think that's what I'll do. In our area, we had some people stealing the copper out of the cell towers. And so we've had major issues with our cell service because on our Wi-Fi, because they've had to like replace all of the things, all of the lines and everything. Okay, I'm gonna grab, let me see what colors coordinate it with. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Basic black, bubble bath, misty moonlight, or night of navy. Let's do misty moonlight. Let me grab 3 pieces of cardstock. Okay, we're gonna do, over here we are going to do the new bubble bath. Then we will do misty moonlight. And let's do crushed curry. Oh no, I smashed my cardstock. Okay. Ooh, those are fun colors. Okay. Those are fun colors. And then I'm going to get my mini machine out here. So that's probably what I will use to do my die cutting. And then let's grab Misty Moonlight ink, crushed curry ink, and the new bubble bath. Okay, so this is quite the color combo. What is a one sheet wonder? That is where we take one sheet of designer paper and we make a bunch of cards. And it's called a one sheet wonder. You can do it with 12 by 12. You can do it with 6 by 6. I think what I'm going to do is a one sheet wonder with 6 by 6. And what I do with one sheet wonders is I take 2 pieces so that I can have more cards. So this one sheet wonder that we're going to do will create 4 cards. And so I like to mix and match the designs. And then that way I get more cards. So I'm going to show you how to cut your paper and how many cards you'll get. So you can get 4 cards out of each of these designs, and we're going to get 8 cards out of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the cutting. And I'll do multiple cutting so I can tell you how it works. So what I do is I just take my 2 pieces that I'm going to do. So these 2 are going to go really great together, and we're going to cut these. Our first cut is going to be at 1.5. So we're going to do 1.5. And I'm just going to leave, we'll do 1.5. Yeah, I'm going to do 1.5. I'm going to leave it. So I have 2 strips that are 1.5 by 6 inches, and we'll probably cut that down. Okay, our next cut is going to be at 3 inches. And then this last one is going to be 1.5. So on this 3-inch one, we're going to do 3 1-inch. So 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1 inch. And then this will be 3 by 3. So we have 1.5 by 6, and we'll cut this down. Then we have 3 by 3, and then we have 3 sets of 3 by 1. Okay. And we'll set that aside. And we'll do that with all of these. Okay. So we'll do this again. We'll do 1.5. So this is going to get us like 16 cards. It's going to be, no, more than that. It would be double that. It's going to be a lot of cards. Okay, so these 2 designs go together. Okay, then we're going to do 3 inches again. Oh, for this last one, I forgot. Okay, I'll do that one. I don't want to confuse you guys. Okay, so 1.5 by 6 is our first cut. Okay, hey, Dawn. Then our next one is going to be 3 inches. Set this aside. This is 1.5 by 6 now. Then this is 3 by 6. So now we're going to do 3 sets of 1 inch. So 1 inch. Just make sure your paper is lined up. 1 inch. And then one more time, 1 inch. Okay, and then that gives us 3 inches. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. And then with this last panel right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut at 1.5. We're gonna cut this whole strip up at 1.5. So we're gonna do 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Okay. So let's do this strip here because I forgot to do it. And then we'll cut that next one. And I think I will probably need more cardstock if I'm going to do all of these, which I did not intend on doing so many cards today. I was going to do 1 card on this live, but I need customer thank you cards. And I need for my VIP group, I need cards. So this will be fine. Okay, so let's set that aside. Okay, so let's do the cutting one more time. Okay, so for this, we're going to do these 2. This is going to be our design that's going to go together. Okay, we're going to do 1.5. This particular one sheet wonder that I'm using is on my website, but I will do a whole blog post and I will pull that diagram up. Oh, this gets left. And I will link it for you guys. Then we're going to do 3 inches. And then we're going to do 1 inch 3 times. So 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1 inch. And you can do, if you do a search on Pinterest or Google, you can do 6 by 6 one sheet wonder, or you can do 12 by 12 one sheet wonder. A ton of them will come up. And I love doing that for cards because I just like to stick to a formula. I don't like trying to figure things out or do something different every time. I just want a formula so that I feel successful when I'm done making a card. I'm not great at it, so I just like to feel successful when I sit down to do cards. Okay. So now we have all of these, and what we're going to do is with each one of these, we're going to do some card fronts, and then I will attach them to card bases later since I'm going to do so much. So we're going to cut each of this. We're going to do 4.25 by 5.5. That's going to give us a standard A2 size card front. Then I can attach these to white card bases later. So I'm going to do 4 of those, and then I'm going to leave this for other layers or die cuts. And we're going to do that to each one. So 4.25, and then we're going to cut at 5.5. And I'm going to do both pieces. I can do 2 pieces of cardstock in my trimmer. Okay, so we have Crushed Curry, we have Misty Moonlight, and then we have our brand new color, our Bubble Bath, which I keep wanting to call Bubble Gum. Okay, and these are pretty colors together. Okay, so let's cut this at 5.5. So we will we could do double this. So I'm going to show you the cards we can make, and then we can do double this. But I want to hold on to these colors so that I can make other cuts, okay? So let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we're still going to need that. So let's start with... Let's start with this one and this set of paper. Okay, so we have our card bases. So right here we have our 1.5 by 6 inch. strip. We have our 3x3 and then our 3x1 strips and then our 1.5 by 1.5. That's what we have to work with, okay? All right. We have 4 card fronts and we're going to make some cards, okay? So the first one we're going to do, and it would be good if I embossed this, but I'm going to have to get up to do that. Well, let me grab my embossing folders. Let's emboss a bunch of these. Okay. So let me just grab my big... Okay, let's grab some embossing folders. Okay, I'm gonna grab all of these and then my big machine. Well, this is turning into a whole ordeal. I was gonna do something really simple, just make a simple card, and here we are. But I want to emboss these. Okay. So I'm going to use some thick embossing folders. So I'm going to use my regular plate and then my blue plate. And I always get this wrong. I can never remember exactly what is what. So let's do a couple of these. So we have this one that is like a cross stitch. And I think for the 3D folders, I just use this. Yep. That's all I use. Okay. Look at how beautiful that is. That's beautiful. Okay. Let's do another one. We're just going to do all of these up in a bunch of different colors. So on the Stampin' Up! Embossing folder, there is a line right here. And you may think like, oh, it's just part of the logo or the, you know, branding, but it's actually for you to line your, oops, I didn't even, oh yeah, you can sort of see. For you to line your cardstock up. Okay, so let's do 2 in that one. And then let's do this polka dot one. And I don't always worry about if it's straight. Oops, that wasn't all the way in. So let's run that back through just to make sure it all gets embossed. So, and the nice thing is if you do this like we're doing, like if you batch your things together, like we're going to do all of the embossing. We did all of the cutting of the DSP. So if you do it that way, this doesn't take long. Okay, so we did a couple polka dots. Now let's do a couple of this style, and we'll do the blue. Okay, this one I think is a thinner one. Maybe not. Nope, it's not thinner. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, let's do another one. Okay. Let's do this star one. So we'll do 2 of those. Dawn said a one-sheet wonder is a good way to use up DSP, and that is true. It is also just an awesome way to be able to mass produce a bunch of cards. Like if you're doing a swap or you have a lot that need to go out, doing a one-sheet wonder is really helpful because most one-sheet wonders will show you how to use up all of the cardstock. So then I'm going to do this new floral one, and it is not a 3D folder, so it's just gonna need 2 plates. Yep. And this floral one is beautiful as well. So let's do a couple of those. Oops. I needed a little muscle with that one. Okay, and then let's do the polka dots on the yellow. Well, no, let's do this like basket weave for the last 2 yellow. See, that didn't take long at all. Okay. We are punching through these fast. Okay. So last one that we're gonna emboss. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces embossed. And I don't know, does this set? Yeah, that will set right there, right behind me. Okay. Now, I could just add these to card faces as we go. I need a couple more. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I wasn't totally prepared since I went off in a different direction right when I sat down. Okay. Let's do 4 1/4. And then 4 1/4. And one more. 4 1/4. Okay. Now let's get into it. Okay. So our first couple are going to be using these. So the first one we're going to do is this one like this. And see, I'm getting all these ideas. Okay. Couple things. We're going to do a basic black. Then I'm going to get organized and show you guys what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place. So let's get these. Okay. We're going to set this aside. Okay. We're going to bring this back over. I'm on a roll, so just hang in there with me. Okay, we're going to do 2 in this style, and then we're going to do 2 in the polka dot. Yep, 1 there. One here. Okay, and then where's my polka dot one? Okay, and then I want polka dots. And then I'm going to show you what one set, if you wanted to do this one sheet wonder with 2 pieces of 6x6 designer paper, how many cards we could make. That's what I'm going to show you first, and then we'll just put together the rest of them, okay? Because I feel like if I show you that, that will be helpful since I'm all over the place and moving very quickly. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. So what you're going to need is 2 pieces of 6x6 designer paper, okay? So that's what we have here cut up. I have 2 6x6 pieces of designer paper. I have it at 1.5 by 6 inches. Then I have 3 by 3 and then 3 by 1. And then we have 1.5 by 1.5. And that's our 6x6 sheet. Okay. That's the designer paper you need. Okay. So we'll set that aside. We have 2 sets of that because we want to make a lot of cards. The next thing you're going to need is 8 card fronts in coordinating colors. So I have a black set I'm going to use, and then a bubble bath set. And then we need 8 card bases. I don't know what. I think my mom is watching something in the kitchen. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it is loud. Okay, so we have our card fronts. We're going to set those aside. Okay, and then we have our card bases. So out of 2 pieces of 6x6 paper, we're going to be able to make okay, I got to tell whoever that is to get away from my door because that's driving me bananas. Mom, that's really loud. Oh, I'm sorry. By my door. My live is picking that up. You're what? Why? Done with what? All her schoolwork is done. Okay, you have to go into the office. Oh my God. Okay, sorry guys. My mom was watching a video at the kitchen table and Esau's going to pick Kayla up. We had a whole thing. Okay. So next we want to do our card bases. Okay. So we're going to do 8 of them. So this will actually get us, with all the paper I cut, it's a lot of cards. I can't even do the math. So 8, you can get 8 out of each set. So that's a good amount of cards. This is going to be perfect. I don't know. I just had all these ideas hit me when I sat down. Okay. So here's our card bases. Okay. So we have our card bases and then we have our card fronts. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do the 1.5 inch strip. Okay. And we're going to want that 1.5, and I'm going to do by 5.5. Okay. You could do a little bit smaller if you wanted a border, and we're going to do each card the same. That's what's going to help us get so many cards done, is by just doing it the same. I actually just use plain, Amy. I don't use the thick. I just use plain. I think it's just a personal preference. I know a lot of my friends that do cards, they prefer the thick one. I don't like the way it folds, quite honestly. So I'm going to do 1 3/4 by 5.5, and I'm going to want a black strip, and then we're going to want a bubble bath strip. So 1 3/4, or you could do 2 inches. That's an option too. And you'll see what I'm going to do, and then you can decide. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the black to the pink and the pink to the black. I know the black is a little bit hard to see on my mat here. We're just going to use some liquid glue. This is going to go top to bottom. The liquid glue is going to give you a second or two to be able to move that around and just make sure it's straight. And then we're going to do the same to this side. So this is going to be our first 2 cards. Okay. Next, we're going to attach these to our card fronts. Okay, so that's why we embossed this. And you could totally, like on these colored ones, if you wanted to take a sponge dauber and you know what? I was going to make it complicated. Well, I don't need to. I was going to trim it down and attach it to a black card base. So we're going to ink the edges like that. And then lightly go right over those polka dots. Like so. And then with this piece, what we're going to do is put foam on it. And then we'll put the rest of that foam on there. And you see, we really are going to work on 2 cards at one time. Okay, so now for this piece. And we're going to put all of these cards together. And then we're going to do all of the sentiments. And then we'll do all of the bling. Okay, so this is embossed. So you really want to get it attached to the adhesive. I'm going to take my brayer. And on the back, just press that in. Just so that I know it is stuck on there. And then we're going to do this black one. And I'm just using my grid mat. Lining this up. Flip it over. Make sure that's really attached. Both feel good. Okay, so now on this, and this is very, very embossed. So I want a lot of liquid glue, and I particularly want it really on the edges. And then you're just gonna line it up on your card base. Now I line it up on the edge, and then you're gonna see a little bit of white on here, and I will take that off with my X-Acto knife at the end. Things don't always line up, and a lot of times when you emboss a card, particularly with the 3D embossing folder, it's gonna lose a little bit of its measurement because it's going to shrink up a little bit. So I'll just leave that and then I'll clean that up at the end. And then we'll do the same thing to this one. This is the one I was thinking about trimming it down, taking a 1/4 inch off of it and then adding it to a black card base, which you could totally do that. But just for the sake of, since I'm making so many, just for the sake of saving time, I'm just going to go ahead and attach it to a black card base. And then same thing with this one. I'll need to trim it up just a little bit. Okay. So now we have these two. Okay, so now moving on, we're going to do a black again, and we're going to do a bubble bath, and we're going to do 2 of the same card. So that was our 1.5 inch strip. The next one that we're going to do is going to be really simple, and that is going to be our 3 inch square. So for this, we're going to need 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So we'll save that. And then same thing from the black. I'm saving all these scraps because we're going to use all of the scraps. So 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. This is going to be our next 2 cards. Okay. So the pink is going to go behind the black, and the black is going to go behind the pink. And this is going to be so simple, this layer. And then we're going to pop it up. So just a little thin layer of liquid glue. Try to do this right over the pink so you can see it. Okay. That's going to go there. And that would totally look good too if you didn't want to use this plain design here. But we're going to jazz that up. I promise you're going to love it. Okay. So next we're going to add some foam. So you can see this would go pretty quick. Or it is going pretty quick for how many cards I'm making. So with that embossed piece, you just want to make sure that your adhesive is really covering that area. Will this work? Yeah. And then I'll even cut a little piece for right in the middle. Okay. So already when we get done with this one, we'll have 4 cards. And we've only used 2 pieces of 6x6 designer paper. Okay, I want to do the inking again on that. I just think that that makes it pop. So we'll do the edges again. This embossing folder is really tearing up my sponge dauber. And I recommend getting your sponge daubers actually from Amazon because you can get like a set of 50 for really cheap. They're really expensive through Stampin' Up. And you don't get as many. So I definitely would recommend getting these sponge daubers on Amazon or even like, you know, like in your Walmart store, you could probably find them, or your Target store. Amazon, I think, is going to have the cheapest, option. I would actually say, please don't buy them from Stampin' Up. They're really expensive through Stampin' Up. Okay, so we have quite a bit of glue on there. Let's attach this to our base. Now this one I'm not going to have to trim at all. So you can see that that's really nice. Okay, and then here is our square panel, and we're gonna put that right in the middle. And we're gonna get that as straight as possible. Oh yeah, I do have a little bit of ink on that. Okay. And that's pretty straight. Okay, so let's set that aside. And then the same thing to this one. Okay, so who's bored of this long video? I did not mean to make it this video this long. I was just gonna do one card. I really got carried away. Okay. Same thing with this one. Okay. A lot of glue on these edges so that it doesn't roll up, since that cardstock is embossed a lot. And then just a little in the middle. And this one, it looks like I will have to trim. Okay. And then our panel right in the middle. Okay. All right. We still have 4 cards to go. All right. So the next we have are these 2, and we are going to do the 1-inch panels. So the reason I like to do 2 sets of cardstock at a time, so the next design is going to look something like this. And you would take your 3, if that's all you had, you would take your 3 like this, okay? But what I like to do is have the second design so that you can mix and match these designs. So the next thing that we're going to need is from our bubble bath piece, we're going to need 1 1/4, and we're going to need 3 of these, and then it's going to be 3 1/4. So 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're going to need 3 of these. And then same with the black. And so I have this little piece, so 1 1/4, because we're adding 1/4 inch to our designer pieces, and then 3 1/4. Okay, and then the same thing for the black. So let's set these aside, and then let's grab our black cardstock, and we're going to need the same. Okay, so 1 1/4 by 3. And I guess you don't technically have to add the layers like this, but I like to add those layers. So 1 more, and we'll use our scrap here. So 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. So now we're gonna attach, let's see, we might want to attach it like this. And we could do just something like different, and we could do 3 of this, like this. And then on this one, working with black cardstock can make it a little bit harder with the designs. I like it, but it can be, where's my other strips? Oh, right here. So now technically on this one, you would want to do 2 of the black. See how that works? And then what we're going to have left is we're going to have our 1.5 by 1.5 inch squares. So let's do this one first, and then you guys tell me what you think. Should we do the floral? Should we just do the 2 purples on each one, or should we flip them and do the 2 black strips on that design? Okay, so we'll have that. Then we'll have this design. And then we'll do 2 more cards, and then I will add my sentiments and my image to these cards. And then after we get through that, if you guys still want to hang out, then I'll do some of these other designs that I pulled, that I already cut for. Otherwise, I can just share the photos on the website. Okay, let's add our card base, because this, you can see how it curls. When you do that embossing, it gives you that, it curls, which is why we add so much adhesive. Like, it's why we make sure we do a good strip of adhesive on the bottom. I'm really almost out of this in this one. And then, oh, I should just get a new one. It's taking forever. This is ridiculous. Okay. All right. We're just going to get a new one. Better. Okay. This one I won't have to trim, so that's great. We'll hold that down for 1 second. Okay. And then for our strips, we will put these on foam. Where's my roll of foam? Right here. Okay. So we'll have this one. This one is very much like the last one we did, but it's cut up. I think embossing the card front, I think that was a good idea. Hopefully that is straight. I want a pretty good, like, thick line there. And then we're just gonna make sure these stick. Okay, I love that. Okay, should we do all flowers? I sort of like that design that we did on the last one. I think I'm just going to do like the design we did on the last one, just with all black. And then I think I'm going to add sequins to these. So we have that piece. I'm going to do this piece so the flower's up in this other corner. Ugh. Did you see that? I'm going to have to wipe that up. That's a mess, isn't it? And I think I got another idea. I am just full of ideas on the fly today. Okay. Let's clean that up. Okay. And then the other thing I want to do on this one is that same inking. Yeah. Just like darker spots and just for some design. Okay, and then this one. Okay, and then let's add these, but let's do our card to our card base first. And then I should have 2 card bases left. This one's not curling as much as that polka dot one. But still, let's make sure it's attached. And then this one, I won't have to trim up, so that's good. Okay. And then same thing with these. I love doing all of the same step at once. Like, it's so nice. Cut all your designer paper first. Cut all your cardstock. Put them all together. Do all your stamping. That makes it so nice. Okay. Now let's add these. Okay. So this one, and then I want this one like that. And then I want that one in the middle. So let's line these up. Okay, I got quiet. I was thinking. I thought about 7 different things just then. Okay. I really like how these are turning out. Okay. Okay, I think that one's a little bit crooked, actually. Okay, so now what we have left is we have all the squares. Okay. So these are 1.5 by 1.5. So what I want is, I think it would still be 3.25 by 3.25 is I think what I want this. 3.25 by 3.25. Let's double check and then I'll. Yeah, I think 3.25 by 3.25 I think is perfect. Okay, and so then we want 3.25 by 3.25 with the black. 3.25 by 3.25. And then we want that same, let me see. Okay, so let's do this. So I want the flowered, I want 2 of these to have a really nice flower design. And then we'll go like this. Okay, so now we're gonna very quickly do these. And I like to put them all on at the same time. So I like them to be all glued up and ready to go so that I can move these around really quickly. Okay. So then there'll be a little bit of a border. That's a nice thing about using the liquid glue is you can move these around. Like this needs to go up a little bit. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. And then let's do this one as well. And then this is 8 cards from this One Sheet Wonder. Okay, so let's attach this. And then this one. Okay. And then this one, I think I got this one crooked. I think that bottom one is crooked. Oh, I can still move it a little. Okay, and then like this, right? So perfect. Okay, so now let's bring our bases over here. Again, we're gonna do that. Just as something different. So it has a little bit of color on it. Okay, and then our bases we'll bring over. Oh, my fingers got gluey. Okay. Add this one. And this one I am going to, actually I won't need to clean this one up. That's good. And then our black piece. Here. And this one I won't have to trim up either, so that's good. Maybe I will, because with the black it's always more obvious. Okay, so we have that piece. And then we're going to take our foam and put a couple pieces of foam down. And then next we're going to work on our sentiment. And if we're going to use any of those florals, I have a little bit of an idea. And then I think I'm going to pull some sequins out. And these cards are going to be finished. Okay. Let's pull the foam off of here. Okay, and then we'll add this right in the middle. And you could play around with the designs of these and, you know, do some, we'll change the orientation of a couple of these because that will work out really nice. I'll show you that. So they're simple designs, but there's a lot that you can do with it. Okay, so let's do this one next. We'll do this one right in the middle. And I love those little spots of ink right there. Okay, so let's look at all the cards we have. We'll clean them up and we'll add our sentiments and anything else we want to add. Okay, so we have these two. And I think I just need to clean up the very bottom of this one. I don't even think very much. Okay, so we have these two. I think that looks great. We have these two, which I love. We have these two, which you might think this one right here looks pretty plain, but we're gonna fix that. So we're gonna clean that side up. So we have these two, and then we have these two definitely need to have their edges cleaned up. Okay. All right, now let's do sentiments and images. Okay. So I think I want to use these sentiments, and I was going to use these flowers, but for this one, what I'm going to do is take this and we're going to do some fussy cutting. So let me grab my snips and let's do a couple of these. And I'm going to show you how quickly you can fussy cut these. And if you wanted to stamp some flowers, you totally could. You could do that as well. But these are already done. They match the design of our cards already. The stamp set, those flowers don't necessarily match, which I think it would have been totally fine to do. And I honestly think fussy cutting and stamping take about the same amount of time. By the time you get your ink out and you do all the things, and I think if you have the design on a piece of paper already, save yourself some time. And then I'm gonna round this right here so I can still use this flower even though it's coming off the page a little bit. I'm still gonna use that because it doesn't need to be perfect. That's the thing. You guys know I always feel like with my cards, it's not Hallmark, it's homemade. And so my fussy cutting isn't perfect. My stamping isn't perfect. Because if I wanted it to be perfect, I would just go buy the card. I want it to feel homemade. I want it to feel pulled together, but I also want it to feel homemade. You could also add ribbon. Maybe we'll add ribbon to a couple of these. I might have some purple ribbon that might go really nice with this. The other ones, I know I have Misty Moonlight or Crushed Curry ribbon, so I know I could add that. I'm glad I started off with this design. Okay, so like how many flowers do we have here? 3. So let's do a couple more. I want quite a few to work with. Stamp a sentiment, and we're going to stamp all of our sentiments in black because I feel like that's going to make those pop. Since one of our accent colors is black, it'll be easy to make the sentiment black. And you could do sentiment strips as well instead of stamping. I'm going to use this stamp set. Okay, see how easy it is to fussy cut those? I'm not being too precise. I'm leaving a little bit of a border, and I'm trying to move my designer paper more than I move those scissors. And I think that is success. Okay. I did not mean to be on here so long. This was supposed to be quick card making. Well, I guess it is. We're just making multiples. Okay. And then I still have a few of those flowers if I want. Okay, so now let's do sentiments. And I'm just actually going to grab my bag, my box, my bag, my basket, whatever you want to call it here, of items that I can pull from to add these sentiments. I think a couple of these square ones will work really nice. Maybe a couple of these like buckle type ones will work nice. I think maybe this one could work nice. Maybe that one. And maybe this. I'm just going to pull out a couple that I think will work nicely. Here's a really thin strip. Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay. So now we're going to do sentiments. I am going to use my VersaFine. That's the ink pad I'm going to use. And we're going to start. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these off and we're going to start. So this one, I could have it go this way or this way. So we'll do one of each. I'm going to do this one here. And for this one, I'm actually just going to put a sentiment. I think that I don't need to do anything different to it. So let's grab this. And I also think I might use some circle ones because these are really tiny sentiments. So I think I could use a couple circles like this one here. I think this could be really cute. Make sure I'm in frame. I think I'll go ahead and use this one. But let's do... Count me among all the people who are here for you. You're not here. I hate that. Oh, that's a cute one. Okay, so let's use this, which is count me among all the people that are here for you. Let's do that in black. Oh, that came out so good. Okay. And then let's take this little flower and go into our pink. Just like that. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. Can you guys see this? Okay. And then I think I'm just going to put it right here like this. We could have done this strip down the middle. That also would have been really cool to do. I wasn't thinking about that. Oh, this is so cute. I'll put that right there. Oh, I love that. Okay. So then this one, I want to put this way. Oh, hey, Linda. She said, I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you're still on. I am. Yeah, I am. I know I have been MIA for a little bit. Okay. I think I need like a larger circle. Oh, what about a large square? That would be cool. I almost want a bigger square than that. I have this scalloped square. Oh, okay. See, this is why we have options. This is why we do options. And then what if we put like a saying right under there? Now, will this fit or do I need to use this larger one? Okay, so let's do a saying. So I feel like would just a note work on that little one? You're not here, and I hate that. I love that sentiment. I don't like using the word hate, but I do like this sentiment. So let's put that on here. Let's use black. Hey, Kathy. Okay, if my head is in the way, I apologize. But I want this. And I am going to send this card that says, did we do it? Did it stamp straight? Moment of truth. I did! Oh, okay. And then I'm going to send this card to my best friend who lives in Pennsylvania. And it's her birthday. I have a package I'm sending her. And this is pretty fitting because I do hate it that she's not here. Okay, so now we're going to add the flower, we're gonna add like that. So I want this sentiment like right here. We'll make that straight. Is that straight? Okay. And then I'm totally gonna add dimensionals to this. And dimensionals tend to be a little bit more squishy. They're not as like stiff as like my foam tape. So I don't mind stacking this because it'll get pretty smashed down. I'm loving all of these cards, Dawn. I had no idea that I was going to do this. Like I literally was just going to make one card with this one stamp set. I wanted to play around with it. And I just saw this paper and I just had to make all of them. So I'm going to add some foam right here. And I'm going to add 2 layers. Because it's like too, oops. Well, it's really stuck. Okay, I'm just gonna get a different dimensional. Why am I fighting with that? Okay. Let's do it again. Okay, that makes me feel better. And then we'll push that in because it's on that embossed part, but now it's gonna stay. And I kind of bent it. That's better. Okay, I love that. So cute, right? Okay, so there's these 2. Okay. Okay, the next 2 we're going to work on are these 2. And for this, what I want to do, here I want to do another flower again, because I just think that that is working so well. And what if we do it on a circle? And then what if we pop that up? What if we do that? And then for this one, what if we do one of these smaller ones like this? So for this one's going to be really easy. We're going to do a sentiment. We'll grab another block. Where's the stamp set? Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Okay, for this one, let's do just a note. Let's do hello there. Or thank you. Happy birthday. Let's do happy birthday. That's gonna fit really nice. Oh, I love these sentiments. Okay. Happy birthday. That looks great. We're going to grab our little pink flower and we're going to do the same thing. And then add a little glue. Okay, and we could make it this way. I think it's crooked on my thing, so I think we're gonna have to do it this way. Okay, so let's set that aside. And then let's, for these, set one there. And then the smaller one, we're going to do hanging off this side. And then let's do hello there in this circle. Let's grab another block. Good thing I have all these blocks. I'm using like every block I have today. Hello there. And we will, oh, I rocked that a tiny bit. It's not terrible, but I definitely had a little bit of shadowing. So then I'm going to take my foam and round it so that I can use this other foam. And you'll see, can you guys see how that is shadowed a little bit? Because I rolled it. No, let's see. See how it just is shadowed a tiny bit? I rocked it a little bit. I'm still going to go ahead and use it. I think it's fine. But I can definitely tell there's a little shadowing there. Okay, so now here's these two. How stinking cute. Okay, next up, we have these. Okay, so let's do one this way and one this way. And I think what we'll do is we can do this. Now, these are off a little bit. I can totally tell. Oh, we could do that. I'm not always good at doing things diagonal like that, but we could do something like that, and then we could do something like that. Or I really like the idea of just doing it like this over maybe two of them. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's do happy birthday on this one. And then I'm going to do that same. I might be off screen a little bit here. Oh, I didn't push down on that good enough. Oh, I managed to save it. Okay. We will do, how much do I want this off the edge? Actually, I don't even think I need a dimensional on that. I don't think it's hanging off enough to really matter. But if you felt better, you could put a dimensional right underneath there. Okay, so we have this one and it opens up this way. Okay, and then am I going to go for it? Am I going to go for it with this diamond in the middle? Whew. Okay, I'm going to do it, you guys. I'm going to do it. Put a larger sentiment in here. I don't know if it's straight or not. Well, I guess it's okay. And then let's add some of these florals on here. Maybe that'll make me feel better about it. I'm going to go right over some of those sentiments. That's a great color to do that. Actually, I'm going to do even more. We're just going to really go for it. Okay. Okay, I'm sort of liking it. All right. I don't know who's up for the diagonal. That's hard for me to do, but I don't know. What do you think? Okay. All right, so we have this one and this one. All right, okay. Okay, next are these two. So let's do this one this way and then the black one up and down. And for this one, I think for sure, I don't want to cover up these beautiful flowers though. That's the problem. See, that's the problem. It's going to cover up those flowers. So what if we did, do I have another little tiny circle? Ooh, look at this. What if we did a sentiment like that? That could work. Oh, and then I do have a little tiny, that's too tiny. Oh, right here. Look, this is what I want to do. One in the middle. And then what if we do that? Okay, so for this one, why don't we just do hello there? Actually, for both of these, let's just do hello there. Because that is a great card to have. I mean, we could do this in the middle as well. But I kind of like it in that other spot. I really like having cards that just are like, oh, that's kind of cool too, like that. I definitely think this one in the middle, and let's use some dimensionals. Oh, these are gorgeous. And I haven't even added the sentiments yet, you guys. I haven't even done that part yet. All right. Look how cute that is. Oh, I love this one. That might be my favorite one. Okay, and then this one, what do we think? Offset a little bit? Or right in the middle of the box? I sort of like it offset a little bit. But is it too small? I feel like maybe that's too small to be offset. I think I'm going to do it offset like that. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. Okay. Oh my, that's so pretty. You could even do like a flower in the middle. Okay, this is so pretty. Okay, let's close the ink because now we're going to do the embellishing. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how long I've been on here. I think maybe close to an hour. But we have 8 cards. And I have all these other ones cut. I'll do those off camera. And I'll do them exactly how I did these. And I'll share photos on my blog post for this card project. So if you want to see how these turned out where I use this design, these two, and then when I use these two, you'll want to check the blog out later, my blog or my website out later. Okay, so let's start adding all the fun to this. So let me open up, let's get some sequins because you know I'm gonna have to use some sequins. And we need some purple sequins. Some pinky purple sequins. Here's some iridescent like pink. This could work. This could work. Oh, this will work better. Okay. And then, oh, Amy said, put the flower on the other square like that. If I had a smaller one, that could work. And then the other thing I want to use is, oh, some ribbon. Let's pull some ribbon out. And then let's pull some Nuvo drops out. So this looks like it could be really pretty on there. That's too purple. That I think is too pink. That's too purple. I need like a pinky purple. I think that's too dark. And I think that's too pink. I think this is our best bet. And then, do I have any new... Okay, so here's a whole bunch of new embellishments from Stampin' Up! That I just got. This is the In Colors. I got 2 of the... Oh, I got 3 of those. Then there's these. This is Tinsel Gems. These could work. These purple ones could work. So let's pull those out. These are the Tinsel Gem 4-pack. Then this is black, gold, and silver. So I might use those. And then these are the solid gems, and these are the end colors. So, all right, so now we have a whole bunch of stuff to decorate with. So let's go for it. Okay. This ribbon, I bet, is the fresh... This is this color, you guys. The fresh... Oh, I can't even say it. This one right here. I'm going to hold that so you guys can see it. It's that in color. Oh, it's not going to focus. It's that in color that came back. Okay. Let's open these. And for this one, I want to do like a bow. I wonder if a bow would look cute in the middle. I mean, we're not going to know till we try, right? Let me get my ribbon scissors. Why am I trying to cut ribbon with scissors that are not my ribbon scissors? What kind of craziness is that? Okay. I really think I love a bow there. And I like to add my bows with glue dots. So just the very back of the bow. And then fluff the ends up. And I think that is perfect. I still feel like I want sequins on it. We have some of the pink sequins. Oh, that's my printer. I was like, what's beeping? Okay. Let's add these. Oh, these are so pretty. This is a flamingo mix from Lucy's Cards. It's one of my favorite sequence mixes. And the glue will dry clear, so that will be fine. Okay, so we have a few sequins and a bow. All right, that one does not need, we don't need to worry. Okay, then this one, what if we use our Nuvo drops? So I'm just taking this and pushing this out to make sure nothing's clogged, because it feels like it's a little clogged. Yeah, it feels a little clogged, and I'm nervous to use it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to poke it with a little poker. Oh no. Oh no. Look at this mess. Oh, I think it needs to be cleaned out. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, uh-oh. Did my phone stop? Or no, okay, I'm here. Okay. That was just... Okay, let's get that cleaned out. Okay. Okay, now let's see. Still not working. What is the deal? Okay, sorry you guys. I didn't know this was going to be clogged, and I think this is the only one that matches. So I really would like this to be unclogged. There we go. Okay, so for this one, we're just gonna do, and we'll have to make sure I'll set this aside so that it can dry really well. We'll do that. And then I think this is gonna look really pretty on the black. That was mainly, and so it'll dry a little bit clear with this pinky purple glittery situation. Okay, so we have to set this aside so it can dry, but that's what I did for this one. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, next we have these two. So let's use these on here. And let me put this back so I don't lose this needle. Okay. So for this one, what I want to do is add 2 right by the sentiment, which I rarely ever do. And then let's move that down a tiny bit. And then I'm just going to press them in so that they don't get knocked loose. So there's that one. Oh, that's a little hard to see. I'm a little far away. And then on this one, let's do the same. But I think it'll look really cool in this corner. I think that's a way to help it look a little, I don't know, I struggle with things being like not straight, like crooked, not crooked, but like a diamond like that. I really like this one. I really like the way that came out. Okay, next up is the bow again. So let's just do a bow to go over happy birthday. And we'll just do a small one. Tighten that up and then trim up the bottom part. Use glue dots, which are right here. I like to use 2. Like so. Fix that. And then we'll add a bow to the top of happy birthday. I actually really like that. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love that. Okay, then we have this one. So maybe, I feel like some more glitter. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna line the flowers. And that's gonna give it a little bit of bling. It's like icing cookies. Oh, I think that's going to be so pretty. Trying to just get a thin. Oops, that got really thick. I should have turned my thing. Yeah, turning it is the key. Oh, I love it. Okay, maybe this one's my favorite one. Oh, how pretty. That's going to be beautiful. Okay, we'll set that aside to dry. Okay, and then our last two are going to be these two. And this one is like this. And I think I want to do sequence. Just like that. And I just want these pink ones. Not the blue ones. Here's a big one. Put that there. And that glue will dry clear, so I'm not worried. And I like to sometimes tuck my sequence underneath the layer. So this is popped up a little bit, and I was able to push that sequence just a little bit under that layer. And that just adds a little extra interest. Oh, and we need one more there. Let's add one of these. I know it looks like a bit of a mess because that glue's not dry, but when it dries, it'll be clear. And then I love this one. Oh, so cute. Okay, and then we have this one, which I sort of want to put another bow up there, but I'm going to resist the urge to do that. And I'm going to use some of these gems in the middle of these flowers. Oh, you know what? There's two different sizes. Let's use the smaller ones on this. Get that off. So let's use the teeny tiny ones. Oh, so cute. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh, I love that. Okay, so we have these two, the gems and the sequence. And those are okay. Then we have this one and this one that needs to dry. And then this one, and then this one that needs to dry. And that purple is already, that pinky purple is already drying really great on that black. I know it might be a little bit hard to see, but that's good. And then these two. So many cards. Okay, so I was going to do all these other ones, but I think I will pass on doing that. I'll do them off camera and then I'll just show photos of them. And then there will be photos on my website of all of these cards. I will dig through my old blog posts and find the one sheet wonder. Because I know it's on my blog and I have a diagram and the measurements to the card. So I will find that. I think it's, I think I did it with the whale, like a whale stamp and like ocean paper, if I recall right. So I will link that below, and then I will write a blog post on these and take photos of these and share these because these came out so pretty. So I used the Darling Details stamp for the sentiment, and then this pack of paper is the this is the Delightful Electric paper. So I love the way these came out. They are perfect. So thank you guys for hanging out with me and making these cards with me. I will be back on Thursday with a Project Life Thursday. Well, oops, sorry about that. We'll be working in my album. And I'll be doing some journaling. So that's what we'll do on Thursday. So thank you guys so much. And I will catch you guys later this week.